Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. This will be my 15-minute version, short version here, actually on Sprecher, but also being seen on my YouTube channel that will be posted there. My short version, my review of Wrestlemania 33 Thursday on the show. I hope to have some guests, maybe even some people that were there, like Josh, and Heel Chrome. Again, he was part of our prediction episode. Maybe have him for review. Get the fan atmosphere and how it was there live. One thing I do want to talk about, might eat up a good amount of this time that I have for this short review, is the career of The Undertaker and an ending at WrestleMania 33. So I had a chance to go to WrestleMania 33. The Rated superstar and now former Universal Champion Goldberg had tickets there for me, but fell through due to logistical reasons on their and my end, so I wasn't able to be there, which is fine. I believe everything happened for a reason, and I hope to be there next year, saving up money and getting a travel package and doing it big up in New Orleans, a place actually I've always wanted to travel to and visit. You know that, and California. But anyways, I hope the experience is great for Chrome, Crap Reactions, all the other friends I know from YouTube, other YouTubers and others that were at the show. But next year, I hope to go. I know my other friend, Good Mike Work, here on YouTube is going to go. So you might see something between me and Good Mike Work next year, maybe. But we'll see at that time. But anyways, The Undertaker. I'm going on and start losing to Roman Reigns. Again, I'll talk about this more on Thursday, so maybe I'll just say it this simply here in this short review. The Undertaker being top notch, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Right there with The Rock. The Rock and The Undertaker. 1A, 1B. If I had to pick one over the other, I probably would pick The Rock, just because of his memorable promos forever, but The Undertaker obviously up there just because of his career, and yes, to be that guy because of his entrances too, but mainly obviously because of his career and his matches, and just the presence he had backstage as a leader of men back there for the locker room, being someone that the young ones could go to and ask for advice or talk to, and he'd be more than willing to talk to them and do that. So it's great as well. But anyways, moving right along to reviewing WrestleMania itself. First, they started off on the pre-show. Neville, Austin Aries. I guess that's a good way to start off the show with the Cruiserweight title match. And you know my thoughts on the Cruiserweight division and how I wish it just stays on 205 Live and tries to grow from there. And you see how it does there. But they showed me something last night. They showed me something that very first match. How good Neville is, and how good, and all the chirp talking about Austin Aries. I didn't even know he's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's pretty cool, or at least that's where he's billed as being from Milwaukee. But pretty awesome match there. And Neville retaining. So they opened up my eyes about the Cruiserweight division. Opened up my eyes even more so about Neville and Austin Aries and how good they are. They work together very well. Back and forth, high flying. Just amazing. Actually, it wasn't just a pretty decent match in my eyes. It was the very first match, but I think he even stole the show for the pre-show. Now, as much as people can say about that, still to me, that's pretty big for the Cruiserweight division and me giving it that praise. So good job. They opened up my eyes, and I don't mind eating crow and being wrong about those two, about them in the division. The division still needs help, but the fact that you have those two as your cornerstones and as your main eventers of the said division, and with the roster that you can potentially have, and you technically do have, you just got to build them up more. Tear them up, build them up, and all this other stuff for the whole entire division of the Cruiserweight. I think it does have a bright future. It just needs to keep up with the momentum that these two showed me and maybe other non-believers and other whatevers of the division that and they can be great. They just need some things to tweak and to become great. Next year, 4th annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, also part of the kickoff. I went with Braun Strowman, but I should have known to go with Mojo Rawley. I should have known, seeing Stephanie McMahon in her interview at ESPN talking about Gronkowski and showing that video with him and Mojo. I guess they used to room together in college or something, or something like that. I don't know how they knew each other. I think Stephanie McMahon said something to that effect, but either way, I should have went with Mojo. Should have went out on a limb and said Mojo, but I was too focused on Braun Strowman, and so were so many others. So I'm not the only one, but still, for my own stuff, and me, how I usually like to be out of the box. At this time, it would have made sense for me to be out of the box and take things more than they were. Like I said, the Stephanie McMahon interview and just how Mojo Rawley got into this match and the relationship with Gronk being, I think, even talked about on Raw or something, or on SmackDown Live. Because he's a SmackDown guy, but we talked about on the show on WTV. I think, I don't remember. Let me know if that was true. But either way, Mojo Rawley getting the win there. Tag team title match, the Raw Tag Team Championships, the main show. Again, I'm just bouncing back and forth because I have time constraints here on Sprecher with a free account. The Hardy Boys return. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I didn't know if they were going to. I didn't think they were going to. I didn't know if they ever were going to return. Well, maybe I knew they would at some point, but I certainly didn't think it was then. And I thought, the New Day got me. I thought it was going to be the New Day injecting themselves in that match. I was starting to get a little annoyed when they were starting to talk, and I was like, oh no, they're going to be in this match, and what? They're going to win back their tag team titles? No, man, I don't want that. So the Hardy Boys coming out and then winning. Well, if you're going to have the Hardys come back and you have them interjected in that match, they better win the titles, sort of thing, too. You know what I mean? Encapsulate that whole entire moment, not just of them returning and the pop they get then, but then continuing it on through the match and then capping it off like a good book, like a good story, like a good movie. Start off hot and leave people leaving happy, at least in that match in itself. So the Hardy Boys winning. Congratulations. SmackDown Women's Championship match that was moved from the main show to the pre-show. Moved from the pre-show to the main show. Alexa Bliss defending against all the women on SmackDown Live. Congratulations, Naomi getting the win. Again, I have to kind of go fast here because time constraint. Dean Ambrose, Baron Corbin relegated to the pre-show. My man Dean Ambrose won, so I don't mind getting that prediction wrong. I did predict against my boy, against my guy, against the Lunatic Fringe, but it was a great match. I look forward to being at WrestleMania 34 to see Dean Ambrose win again or something. Or even if he loses, just hear his music and see his entrance live. That's going to be awesome. And to see The Undertaker's entrance live, even though it might not be for a match, before retirement. So that's going to be awesome. And hopefully I'll be able to go to the Hall of Fame show as well. Get travel package and go see that. If that indeed is what's going to happen, he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I would assume so, since he was part of the press conference for WrestleMania 34 announcement. Alright, so I assume that. Raw Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way, I kind of knew. I had a feeling, and part of me didn't even want to be right, but I had a feeling that Nia Jax was going to be the first one gone and being eliminated a la The Big Show at WrestleMania 2000, that Fatal 4-Way for the then World Wrestling Federation Championship. There in the Fatal 4-Way with The Rock, Triple H, and Mick Foley doing their moves at The Big Show and him being eliminated. I think it happened exactly the same way, or somewhat in that way. But Nia Jax is kind of the same way here. Get the biggest threat eliminated first. So Bayley, Charlotte, and Sasha work together. And in the end, Bayley retains her title. And here I have to go really fast. AJ Styles being Shane. Rollins being Triple H. Nikki Bella and John Cena getting the win. And John Cena proposing. Brock Lesnar becoming the new Universal Champion. Randall Keith Orton is the new WWE Champion. So that's awesome. And Roman Reigns defeats The Undertaker. So I just want to congratulate Nikki Bella and John Cena on their engagement. I hope everybody enjoyed WrestleMania. I will do a longer and more in-depth review, but for now, good job. And as always, take care.